couple videos in the past about work, about jobs, corporations, the corporate world, and how they feel about their workers, not their stockholders or their presidents at the top, executive staff, but how they feel or how they treat about their actual workers, the people who actually make the company run and make the company possible. I want to talk about work for a second. The last time I was on here talking about work, I said something like, just focus on your goals. If your boss doesn't appreciate you, your supervisor, boss, I don't like that word, but if the company you work for doesn't appreciate you, work on your goals. Because the only person that's gonna know and reward you for your worth is you. Well, I want to talk about another subject when it comes to work real quick. Co-workers. Always remember, I'm going to keep this brief. Always remember something. Why do you go to work? And I'm not talking about an entrepreneur or somebody who owns their own business. I'm talking about somebody like me who goes to work and works for a company or some other people. Always remind yourself why you're going to work. What's the goal? To make friends? Mm-mm. To find a husband? Not to say that's never happened at people's workplace, but the goal is to get a check, right? And to pay for your bills and to take care of your family and possibly build your own business or whatever. Don't lose sight. Everyone, any workplace environment, and everyone I know, and I'm sure you know, has workplace drama. People that talk behind your back, people that don't like you, people that will pretend to be their friend in your face but stab you behind your back, people that want your position or think you want their position. I've heard a lot of stories and I've been through a lot of this stuff personally myself. So I just wanted to remind you guys, when you let your guard down, and most of us do, because you spend so much time at work. We spend 9, 10, 11 hours of our day at work. So you spend more time during the week at work than you do with your own real family. So you form relationships. You form good relationships and sometimes, unfortunately, bad relationships. But I want to say one thing. Always remember why you're there. To get a check. So when people start acting funny, acting two-faced, catching an attitude, and this goes for men and women. Ladies, we know this. If you think women are the only ones that act catty or act like they're on their period, no. Men get periods too. They just don't bleed. Okay? Men are shady. Men gossip. Men are two-faced. Men do the same stuff women do. Okay? Yes, they do. Ladies, you could vouch for that. All right? You think women are the only ones that have workplace drama? No. I'm in a male-dominated environment. I've been in a male-dominated environment for 6 years now, since I have had my professional CDL. And other places, there's been maybe a couple of women, a few women, but male-dominated. And I'm going to tell you, let me tell you, men are just as bad, if not worse than women when it comes to attitudes, gossip, hating, and being petty. You think 50 Cent is petty? Look at the men at your job. Anyway, I just want to remind you of one thing before I go home. Always remember why you're at work. And again, this is not for people that are on their own business, entrepreneurs, that are the actual bosses. I'm talking about workers like me. Always remember why you're at work. You're there to get a check. And always remember who and what is important in your life. Stay focused. Because again, you spend a lot of time with people at work. And of course, the things people at work do will affect you, especially if it's directed at you. But when you keep your goals in mind and you keep what matters in mind, and you remember, these people are not my family. They're not. These people are my coworkers. I have to put up with them and deal with them and see them. And the ones you get along with, great. If you get along with your coworkers, that's a beautiful thing. But should a situation arise When you realize you don't have any friends at work, brush that shit off your shoulder. Because they're not your family. If they don't sign your check, they don't matter. Don't let nothing they do, say, how they act, if they're not physically harming you and they're not responsible for your paycheck, let that shit roll off, focus on your job function, and take your ass home to your family. Stay focused.